Once upon a time, there lived a spider named Anansi.
Anansi was a trickster who always had tricks up his sleeves.
Anansi was a brave yapper who was a mastermind.
Anansi was the only spider that had a mahogany tie.
All day, Anansi would say, "Stories, stories, stories. I want my stories."
Anansi wanted all the stories that were told to be told about him. To do this, he had to ask Nyame, the sky god.
Nyame lived in the sky where the clouds are and where the stories are. He also lived in the palace.
Nyame was the king of the sky and commanded anything that came, went, and is in the sky, and much more.
When Anansi climbed up to Nyame, he said, "I want to be in the stories." "Well, you have to do 4 impossible tasks," said Nyame. "Deal, I'll do anything to be in the story."
When Anansi climbed up to the sky god, he said, "What's up, sky god? I want to be in stories, man. Please, bro. I'll do 4 impossible tasks. So, bro, we have a deal, right?"
Nyame told Anansi the stories could be his, but only if he completed 4 impossible tasks. The first task was to bring back the great python, Onini. Nyame said, "Go capture Onini and bring him back to me."
Onini was a vicious python with huge sharp fangs. When Anansi saw Onini, he thought, "He wasn't so big. I could trick him in a second. I have to lure him into my trap." To catch Onini, Anansi said, "You're not that big. That stick next to you is bigger." Onini stood up and Anansi springed his web around the python and the stick and bring it back to Nyame.
Name was surprised that Anansi had caught Onini, but there were more tasks. The second task was to bring back the great jaguar, Osebo.
Name said, "Amazing, now it's time to catch the great jaguar, Osebo."
Osebo was the greatest, strongest, and baddest jaguar ever.
When Anansi saw Osebo, he thought this jaguar would be easy to catch. He looks very easy to catch. What do jaguars like? Oh, I know.
To catch Osebo, Anansi had to put leaves on the floor to make crunching sounds. Also, to catch Osebo, Anansi had to hang a piece of meat on a tree for bait.
Naomi was surprised that Anansi had caught Osebo, but there were more tasks. The third task was to bring back Mabora, one of the great stinging hornets. Naomi said, to get the stories, give me the bright hornets of Marum and himself. They could probably burn themselves, in fact.
Mama Obora was a great stinging hornet, the biggest hornet in the jungle. When Anansi saw Mabora, he saw, how can I catch such a big, dangerous, and a fast hornet?
To catch Mabora, Anansi had to make a bucket on top of a tree with water in it, and then we spill it on him when the hornet gets the water on him, and then I catch it with my amazing web.
So when he came out, we will put the water on him, and then we'll catch him, bring him up, and we'll finally get our stories to bring to the Sky God, and then we'll have my stories, and I'll have it my way.
Naomi was surprised when Anansi had caught Mabora, but there was one more task. The final task was to bring back Momotia, one of the great fairy queens.
Momoatia was a great and amazing fairy that was clever, but not as clever as Anansi.
Fairies like sweet potatoes, so I should use them. I might as well eat some.
Anansi saw Momotia. He thought, I must trick her. I can't let her see me with her stubborn eyes.
To catch Moita, Anansi baited her with potatoes.
To catch Momoatia, Anansi had Momoatia punch the doll because she thought the doll was alive and was being mean, and then she got stuck in the sap and Anansi saying the fairy queen bye-bye and bring her to Naomi.
Naomi was surprised that Anansi had caught Mamotia and that he completed all the tasks. Naomi said, "Great job, Anansi. You are now successful and got your wonderful stories."
From that day on, all the stories that people told were about Anansi. Anansi was proud. He said, "Hard work does pay off. Stories are told, it's my dream."
Anansi was proud. He said, "I'll be in all the stories. Stories, 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 yay!"
Anansi was proud. He said, "I have done the impossible. I might be just a spider, but a tricky one."
Anansi was proud. He said, "Yes, I'm famous."
Anansi was proud. He said, "I'm the king of the stories. Nobody could beat me."